Hi. Hi. Hey, what do you say? How are you, man? Hello, good night. How are you? Happy Saturday. Good evening. Oh. I don't get right into the heavy shit, you know. Gotta goof around a little bit first, you know. Get used to being here. First I was back there, now I'm here. Everybody's looking. Makes you nervous, you know? You get nervous too, don't you? Audiences have nerves, I think. I know. Kind of a show tension, you know, waiting for the time and the signal and the lights and the music and the show, and you get a little nervous because you know you represent your row, right? Don't want to be laughing at the wrong stuff, you know. Sit with your foot in a dopey position. But I kind of goof around first, you know. Come on, look at that, found a staple. See? Nobody goes right to work. It's true. Really, you might get there on time, but screw the company. Those first 20 minutes belong to you, right? It's not an attitude in line with the American spirit, but there it is. We all screw around first. I just got here, man. You kidding me? Really, you never see a memo that says 9:01. People don't jump out of bed and vacuum, right? So, stand around in the office a little, look at the picture for a while. Notice there's a duck in it. Been there 8 years, never saw the duck before. You're good for half an hour if you have a window in your office, right? Yeah. Especially if they're building something across the street. I mean, some guy will come in and do 90 minutes on struts. You need some beams and struts here. You need some 3/8-inch beams. You want to get AC power in here. You knock a false hole in the steel and you run conduit. You run conduit straight down there. Put some beams and struts and you got at a perfect angle in the corner. Anyway, this is my job. Welcome to my job, man. It's my job. Everybody doesn't have an audience on their job. Might be nice if they did, though. Have 3 people sitting on the other side of your desk? Yes, hey, he's okay. Originally, this job was called Foole. Always want to put it down under occupation on the form, you know? Occupation, Foole. I think I'd spell it with the final E just to piss him off, you know? I understand your son's a fool, Mrs. Carlin. America's fastest rising young fool. Well, in the old days, they were using the real thing. Folks who normally spent a lot of time in closets, and, well, there were jesters and there were buffoons, there were various kinds, but there were just plain old... They were entertaining. I guess it happened by accident one night. The dancers were late or something, you know. Throw the fool out there. Hey, he's good. God damn. People always want to know how you get this job, how you get started. It's largely hereditary. And like everything else, environmental too. Being funny on the streets. That's a part of the start, knowing you're funny when you're a kid. Street humor as opposed to school. In school, it was easy. Being a class clown was really easy because people aren't allowed to laugh in school. It was nice because the other person got in trouble. The guy who laughed was the one that really got all the heat. Because he couldn't control himself and he'd burst out. You whip a quick face on Roger and look around like you're interested in the problem on the blackboard, and Roger's in trouble, you know? Hey, Roger! Roger, there's nothing funny here, outside. You could clear the room if you were good, man. Sometimes they'd cross you up, though, and they'd say, Roger is going to stand up and tell us all what's so funny, isn't he, Roger? Roger. So the street was a little harder. It was Well, part of it was like slip fights. It was just good to be funny, generally, in a tough neighborhood. If you weren't a big fighter dude, and you got tired of running a lot, it was good to be funny. If guys came around, it would save you from an ass kicking if someone from another neighborhood came around. Who's going to hit a guy, and sitting there? Don't hit him, man. It's bad luck to hit a guy like that, But slip fights, we had slip fights. When adolescent boys, teenage boys are together, they're always putting each other down verbally. There's a running verbal battle. Chop fight, they call them in some place. Cutting, slip fight, we call them. And it started with the dozens, talking about some places have rules when you're putting each other down. No mothers, man. Hey, no mothers, man. We didn't have that rule. We started right in with your mother. And worked it from there. Hey, where'd you go last night? I was out with your mother, man. There was always one guy whose mother had died, remember? And what do you mean, my mother's dead? I forgot, man. That originated in black street culture as the dozens, or capping on somebody, signifying the dozens, playing the dozens. You want to play the dozens? Well, the dozens is a game, but the way I fuck your mother is a goddamn shame. I grew up in a neighborhood right next to right next to Harlem. Well, we had an interesting neighborhood. It was a little Irish neighborhood with Columbia University all on one side, including everything connected with Columbia, like Juilliard School of Music was there, and the Union Theological Seminary, Jewish Theological Seminary, Riverside Church, St. Luke's Hospital, St. John the Divine Cathedral, all of that stuff on one side, and on the other side, Harlem. And we call our little neighborhood White Harlem, because it sounded bad, Where you from? White Harlem. Hey. Sound tough, sound down. The real name was Morningside Heights. Sounds so faggy. To us, anyway, faggy had nothing to do with sex. A fag was just a sissy. Fag was a guy that wouldn't stay out late or go stealing or hitching on trucks or something, right? He's a fag, he's gotta go home. Go home, you fag, it's 10 o'clock, the big fag's going home. Queer, we knew what a queer was. Queer was a queer, right? Queer was the word you learned after homo. He's a homo. He's a homo, hey, he's a homo. Hey. Then queer. In fact, the difference between a fag and a queer, a fag was a guy that wouldn't go downtown with you, beating up queers, right? Part of that Irish street macho of the era. We were still into gang fighting then and all that. But talking about being black, I've been black since I was 14, I think, on and off, kind of, sometimes darker than others, depending on who I was hanging out with. But, I like to remind, white folks that we're all Nixon's niggers now. You have to remember that, man. We're all the same. No matter what your color is, But it was very natural to become kind of interested in black street culture because it's attractive. It's free, oddly enough. The least free people are the freest to be free in their culture and their dealings. You get more eye contact from a black person in the street. They're easier with their body, man. They're more open with their songs, with their troubles. There's a freedom, there's a liberation in it, which we saw. And I noticed, if you take 5 white guys, and I mean Anglo, Irish, English kind of my white guys, not some exotic Middle European white guy, but this really white guy, Jim, like phosphorescent Irish skin, man. You see us glowing at the beach, right? Burning peeled, man. I never try to get a tan, I just try to neutralize the blue, If I can keep even with flesh tone, I'm happy, man. It's just too hard. You gotta go out 7 minutes the first day, 9 minutes the second day, 11 minutes the third day. Then it's cloudy for 3 days, you stay home on Sunday, you fall asleep drunk at the beach 7 hours, burning peeled for a week and a half, So you get 5 white guys like this, my kind of guys from my neighborhood, these guys here, 5 white guys, and put them with 5 black guys and let them hang around together for about a month. And at the end of the month, you'll notice that the white guys are walking and talking and standing like the black guys do. You'll never see the black guys saying, "Oh, golly, we won the big game today. Yes, sir, the big, cool." But you'll see guys with red hair and freckles named Duffy say, "What's happening? Nothing to it, you got it, man. Right, nice, that's cool. Till you later, baby." Shit, I don't know. It's happening. Hey, where do you think you're going now? I said out. Shit, man.
Because the voices that I heard, you know, the Irish voices were like that. These were the guys I grew up with. Third generation, Eastern, Urban, Irish, Catholic. Right? You see a working class accent, but you're on the rise. Starting to vote Republican, move to Queens, right? Starting to, beginning to be a managerial.
Those cats.
The older guys were like this. This here was your further back, your first generation, or whatever the second. These guys, Archie Bunker, I don't know your numbers. Archie Bunker, Ralph Cramden, a lot of guys down in the series, your West Side Barfly. This guy was in your big war. I was in your World War II, my friend. This was one we was in, we wanted to win, and we won. This wasn't no police action, no draw. This here was your war, we wanted to win it, and we won it. Give me another one over there, Charlie. Back me up, give her one down there, have one for yourself and one for the guy that just came in. Where'd this pick go? I didn't see this pick.
So these guys here was the kind of voices that I grew up with. You know, hey, father, can we have a basketball? With really a lot of ball, right?
We were attracted to the black music as well, man, because it was, you know, I don't know. It was the groups. It was the beginning of the hallway groups, what I call them. Because while Perry Como and K-Star and Doris Day and Mitch Miller and Guy Mitchell and the Mills Brothers and Victor Mullin and Tony Martin and Frankie Lane and Ned Cole were singing in one realm, we had the Diamonds and the Drifters and the Vocaliers and the Five Willows and the Flamingos and the Spaniels and the Orioles and the Crows and the Clovers and the Sapphires and the Five Keys, and it went from there. But this was the original part before they really ripped off the black music, when it was still wee. Then you just go from there, whoever had the next part. It was nice. Then everybody could sing every part because your voice was cracking anyway, right? Yeah, you could do them all. Okay, John. Okay, come on. Oh, shit, man. You're supposed to come in there, man. You go down the alphabet singing girls' names in a row, you know, just to have subject matter for something. Arlene, my dear, I love you with my heart. Beatrice, my love, do it home. Clara, I'm a clown for you. Deirdre, dee dee, Deirdre, dee dee. He was tough, man. Edith and Ethel, none of them had good romantic sounds to them. Ethel. I was always waiting till they got down to Yolanda, man. I was gonna be ready. I had Yolanda and Zoe. I could never figure out anything for X. Now we have Ms. Hollander. Yeah. You're using the word black, and of course, black, the use of it is a signal that when a group of people said, we kind of demand to be called this, or would like to be referred to as this, that there's validity in that. You can be called whatever you want to, man, as an individual or a group. Really, you can. Now, your name can be spelled S-M-I-T-H, and you can pronounce it Janowski if you want to, man. What's the name? Janowski. How do you spell it? S-M-I-T-H. Huh? They're all silent. Never mind. It's just the way I pronounce it. You could if you wanted to, man, and get away. Anything you want. So it was cool. Like, black consciousness made a lot of other people, other groups aware of their consciousness, and they're together. You know, they're, in a way, they're separateness, but they're self-esteem, you know. I think of black consciousness, and then I think of Irish consciousness, and then I think, when they're conscious, they're great. Yeah. That's my gang. You know, it's okay to hit your own gang. Yeah. So blacks, like, you used to get a fight if you called someone black, right? Who you calling black, man? Now it's, hey, who you calling Negro, man? Older guys didn't mind. Old guys, because a colored guy, I'm a colored person. And I feel like I'm a Negro or a colored person or black, or whatever you like. Some people went for Afro-American. Afro-American only lasted for about 2 weeks, though, man, you know? Little cumbersome, hard-pilled, and black was cool. Black is right. Black is straight. And there's value in what you call people. Like Whitey, I think about white guy, you know. Sounds kind of dull, man. Bland and colorless white guy. Whitey. Any variation on it that you want to get. Haystack. That's one we don't hear a lot. Gray, too. Gray. We're grays, man. Charlie and the Man and O'Fay. Caucasian. I never really liked Caucasian, you know? Sounds like a shoe style. Let me hold the Caucasians in a 9D. It could be a mountain range.
Yes, we're going to the Caucasians again this year.
Or an order of monks that makes wine somewhere.
The Caucasian fathers, very fine wine.
Could be an illegal operation.
Well, she's had 2 Caucasians already now.
If I was going to be called anything, I think I'd prefer Blue-Eyed Devil. It's got a little romance to it, you know, a little tang. But I never got to do black voices on television. That's what bothered me a little bit. You know, you can do your own group. Myron Cohen can do Jewish guys, and Pat Cooper can do Italians, and blacks can do blacks, and you can do your own group. But crossing over, it's not so good. You know, they want to hear it. They're afraid of letters. Say, I never got to do some of the studs from the street, man. What's happening? Man, I'm told I'll be here for a while, man. You see that motherfucker, you told me to come back here, man, because I'm going to be here, you understand? That's some bullshit, too, man. More or less, you understand? Okay. Hey, you can tell them that shit now. Never got, no, guys were always on me. Black guys were always bugging me about my ass, because I got no ass, you know? Kind of a straight line from the shoulder to the heels, and, black race has a more pronounced ass anyway, and you know, a regular. You've seen that in National Geographic. I noticed it in the service, man. It's true, man. It's just anthropologists will tell you that. You know, if you can wake them up at the party, man, and get their attention. It's true, but at any rate, I was always getting kidded about it because there are 3 kinds of asses, basically. I've numbered them 1, 2, and C. I was never very good at indexing, but the first one's the fat ass, which you all know. You can't miss it. Even in the winter in a tweed overcoat at the bus stop, you can say, hey, look at the guy in that tweed overcoat and the fat ass over the bus stop there. Then there's the regular ass, the everyday normal, garden variety, all-American, run-of-the-mill. You've seen one, you've seen them all ass, just regular ass. And then we have the unfortunates. My group, no ass at all. Just, you wear a fat wallet and 3 handkerchiefs, right? Yeah, you walk out. Black guys used to be on me, man. Say, man, where your ass at? My man ain't got no ass, man. Shit, how you hold them pants up, man? Stud got no ass, man. Shit. Puerto Rican voices was another thing that attracted my ear, because I was into, you know, listening to sounds and imitating them. I was a mimic. That was part of being class clown, making fun of all the people around you. And did the priest,
Did the cops, of course. The cops in New York all had the same voice. The data, you know, generation voice I was talking about.
and they have set things that they say at certain times. If a guy has a heart attack in the street.
Okay, come on, the show's over. Let's go. Come on, man, the show's over. Always call you Johnny. Come on, get out the corner here, Johnny. Never Bud or Mac. Come on, Johnny, let's go. Move along. Come on. For Christ's sakes, you're on the corner. Will you just get out the corner? Come on, Johnny. Even your mother. I'm his mother. Never mind, Johnny. Get out the corner here. For Christ's sakes, she's around the corner. Good guys.
They never said fa.
Good guys. When you get out the corner, good guys.
Puerto Rican, on the other hand, they were speaking a different language. Puerto Ricans talk faster than any Spanish subgroup, I think. And it sounded like music to me, you know, just so pretty, really, like a flute solo, man. I love it. Even if I didn't know what they meant. And I would bend my ear to hear when I could. Loved it in a subway or a bus when there'd be 3 Puerto Rican conversations going on at the same time in different pitches and registers. I think it was the Latin that pulled me. It sounded a little like the Latin, you know, that good old Catholic was in there working. And I was hooked, man. Got a hypnotic effect, doesn't it? Used to make fun of songs in church. Didn't you make fun of hymns and sacred songs and stuff when you could change the words around? Sleep in Heavenly Peace, I know, went through a lot of changes all over the country. Oh, Come All Ye Faithful was the only song ever to successfully combine sex and religion that I could discover anyway. It sounds like a good revival experience, good mass orgasm. Oh, come on, you faithful. Whoa! Get it going. Pretty song. They call it a Deste Fidelis to cool you out when you're in puberty. I used to listen to the Yankee games in Puerto Rican just to hear the tongue, because, I mean, who cared about the Yankees, really? We were a National League neighborhood. In Puerto Rican, who cared what the game was, right? It sounded so good. And you could follow it because you knew the ball players' names, and they'd give those. And if you can count to 3, you can follow baseball, uno, dos, tres. You got it, man. Dos y dos. That's the count, 2 and 2, and you're home free. And you can follow the emotion of the announcer, right? Pepsi Cola. It's part of the fun listening to Spanish stations, waiting for the words that they have to say in English. Right? Broadway. Italian voices I never heard much in my neighborhood till I went to high school downtown, when you go to another neighborhood for high school. And Italian street guys,
If these here were the Irish street guys,
the Italian street guy was this guy here. Hey, Sfacin. Hey, why is this guy jerking me off here, huh? Who is this scumbag? This scumbag is jerking me off. Scumbag. They always made the distinction, too. Scumbag was a guy, douchebag was a girl, and they always made it. All right? Those who know will attest. Hey, this scumbag, last night he was out, he picked up 2 douchebags. He didn't call me up, man. 2 douchebags. They always adhered to that. I loved that kind of purism, man. Good street, earthy talk, man. Food was always involved in Italian slang, too, because Italians are into food and the oral situation. And, singing, sure, opera and eating, man, and kissing and all that, sure, man, it's all oral. And food shows up in their street lingo, like for money, a very important thing in any culture, right? Money is bananas. Bananas or clams. Hey, you got 3 clams. Hey, give me, you got half a banana. Get it. You change of a banana. 3 clams to get in. This guy had an arm like a fucking eggplant. Huh? Like an eggplant. Never heard many Jewish voices. Mostly came in contact with them as merchants. They were candy store owners in our neighborhood. We had 4 candy stores. And usually I heard the Jewish voices from over my shoulder as I was streaking out of the candy store with $20 worth of merchandise in my oversized Ike jacket. You fancy pants gangster! You always promise to put it in the poor box when you grow up.
everything I steal, I'm going to put it in the poor box when I grow up.
I'm 35 years old, which is great when the whole country at least, seems to be 18 and 50. It's nice. Have a reach on each side. And as a result of that arithmetic, in 1951, I was 14. That's what I want to tell you. When grass swept the neighborhood, we hadn't been into grass before that. We were into gang fighting and wine and beer in the park, man, and punching the shit out of people. And having jackets with your names, man, and you had Debs, your girls were your Debs. What are you? I'm a Tomahawk Deb! Oh. Regular gangs, man, and turf and all that dumbass shit, and getting into fights over things like girls. You don't want to dance one of our Debs, man. Hey, the guy's dead, I know, man. Shit's on. Shit's on. It's gonna be a rumble. Yeah, man, we're gonna get the riffs and the condors and the beacons and the corner boys and the lamplighters and the chaplains and the bishops, man, and the 5 Sutton gents and the dukes and the corner boys and the rams and the beacons, man. Did I say the beacons? We're getting the same guys, man. Yeah, and then pot came along and gang fighting went away. You know, just in one semester in shop class, guys went from making zip guns to hash pipes, you know, just instant. Cats would say, I'll catch you after the fight, straight. On the corner, cool. Parents dump a lot of things on you. I just was realizing, remembered some of that, too. That'll be cool. I must get into that. Man. Little cliches they lay on you when you're a kid. course, there are a lot of words that mean different things and get tricked around on you, but parents always told you, look out, don't break your neck. Get down off there, you'll break your neck. When you get off those stairs, you'll break your neck. You want to break your neck? Get out of here. Breaking your neck was one of the only injuries there was, along with putting someone's eye out. Put that stick, you'll put someone's eye out with that. Are you crazy? He's gonna break his neck, fall, and put someone's eye out with that stick. The only two injuries there were. No one ever warned you about a fractured ulna or wrist, little thing. Nobody said, you'll cut, you'll scrape yourself. Never, always broken neck, put someone's eye out, it's a pneumonia. Never caught it. You'll catch a cold, you catch a head cold, catch a rhinitis. No. If you lost something, parents had a cliche, eventually you hear it. Well, it just didn't get up and walk away, did it? Please, St. Anthony, help me find my keys. Please, St. Anthony, help me find my keys. Please, God, my keys. Hammer for grace, those divas, and if you saw me with please, God, help me. Please, St. Anthony, tell God I need my keys. Don't pick at it. That's another one. Don't pick at that, will you? In or out, in or out. Come on now. I suppose if Johnny Finnegan jumped off the Empire State Building, you would have to jump off the Empire State Building, right? Great one. Then words change value too, just ordinary words. Remember, the word trouble doesn't have as much emotion when you grow up. Trouble, he's in trouble, I'm in trouble. Remember, trouble? You're in trouble. I'm in trouble, man. Oh, am I in trouble? When you were in trouble was one of the few times you'd say, please, and really mean it. You don't say please anymore, expecting that it's going to change the results of anything. You just say please. But remember when you used to think it would help? Please. Oh, please. Please, sister, please, sister. Oh, no, please, man, please, man, please, man, please, man, please, man. That was one of the times you said it real hard, too. Oh, please, no, honest, hey, no, I'll never do it again, hey, no. Give me one more chance. I'll turn over a new leaf. Sending away was a magical phrase. What are you doing? I'm sending away. Sending away for something. They're going to send it back. You'd picture Battle Creek, Michigan in your mind. Say, this is for Master George Carlin. Get that in the mail right away. Always got screwed on things I was sent away for. Not always. A lot of times I never got them. Right up through puberty, including when I went for Vacutex. Removes pimples through vacuum, you remember that? A little syringe-like thing, black and white plastic syringe, $2.59, was always advertised on the back of song magazines. Gets out blackheads with vacuum. And you knew it worked because it had a drawing of a girl with dots on her face, and then a drawing of the same girl without dots, man, so you knew it was all right. Didn't work, though. Not for me. It didn't pull the blackheads out. All it did was make a little red ring around the blackheads. Man. It was good for one weekend, you know, and then people got tired of it. Get your rings and get out of here, will you? There's a lot of ways to imitate the fart sound. Kids find them all. Kids think farts are funny. Kids enjoy farts. Farts are funny as hell. Farts are shit without the mess. Look at it that way. Kids think it's great, man. They know they're funny and fun. In the bathtub, they're funny. Oh. Wasn't there a thump? Wasn't there a guy who was a thump? Guy who bites the bubbles in the bathtub. I remember some moronic 8-year-old thing like that. If you had short pants on and you were seated on a flat wooden chair during the summertime, oh, man, you had to do the one-cheek sneak, man. Pray. Please, God. Yeah, kids know they're fun. That's why you call kids fart. Fart's a fun word, too. A fun fart. Hey, farty's a cute little fart. Isn't he a cute little fart? They're always about that big, a fart, because that's about how big a fart is, right? It's a fart. The kids are always a cute little fart. Or an old fart. Because old people are just bent kids, you know? We do. We start out as children and we wind up being another form of child, and it'd be nice to remember all the way through, you know, what the ground rules are. But it's true.
I'm just an old fart. Leave me alone. I don't want anything. I love you.
Farting, you got a lot of weird things. Like some guys, depending on how people react to it, you know, some guys say, hey, who let go? Hey. Hey, if you're sick, go to the hospital, man. Boy. Something died inside that cat, man. Woo! Light a match, man, will ya?
So you can say, it wasn't me, man. I always tell you, right? Right? I always tell. No, it wasn't me. I don't know. Charlie, man. Look at Charlie, man.
Your own farts always smell okay, you know, you don't mind that. It's okay. I say, yeah, that's not bad. Yeah. Some other guy did it, you'd be running to Bensonhurst, man. If two guys are on the elevator and one guy farts, everybody knows who did it. The other guy always gets off at the mezzanine and walks down, you know, just to hang me up. Then there's things you say when a fart is farted. Some guys are not, you know, shy at all. They come right up, hey there, how are you? Funniest thing I ever heard that you say when a fart is farted was when I was in the Air Force. So I went, this guy said, Captain who? Being an enlisted man, I rather like that. I was going to be in military intelligence, but the words were contradictory or whatever. Lighting farts is another thing. Lighting farts with a match that a lot of people don't know about. See, some people know. Some. There are some people who say, no kidding me, you can light a fart. Ah, get out of here. Lighting a fart, really? Hey, you can! It's methane. It's methane. There are like, I think, 5 million cubic yards of cattle farts every year. They know that because they can predict how much methane is produced by the amount of feed that's consumed. Farts are a fact, farts are a way of life, farts are part of the ecology, gang. And why was I mentioning? Oh, yes, because kids are so instinctively, you know, they have such fun with it and they're so free about it until we finally close them in on that. I think it's their instinctive reaction to the anal retentive attitudes and feelings of this country. You know, we've long had an ethic that kind of encouraged keeping it inside and suffering and not let go and kind of an anal retentive thing. Nixon is a perfect symbol for the country. Looks like he hasn't taken a shit in a month, man. He's just not a regular guy. You know? Every 4 years, he gets the runs. He's running again. It's raisins that make post-raisin bran so raisin. It's raisins that make post-raisin bran so wonderful. It's raisins that make post-raisin bran so different. More raisins, much more raisins than you have ever seen before. If you like raisins, fat, juicy raisins, you like post-raisin bran more. Always wished I was in that commercial, sitting down in the milk with the flakes around me. Wanted to have one of those raisin sweatshirts. Raisin. And a raisin beret. Gone down to the demonstration in my raisin outfit. Another raisin for peace. Pretty soon Madison Avenue would get a hold of it and screw it up. They have a way of glomming the language. They'd have wrinkle power and raisin rhetoric. Right on, Raisin. Madison Avenue is the front man for the business dude. The industrial spoiler, advertising man, says it's good. And they've been smoking grass in advertising agencies for a long time. You could tell just from watching the commercials. But now I think the clients are starting to smoke too. Because they're approving some pretty weird things, man. Like the guy in the toilet is pretty strange. The man in the rowboat. Originally it was a rowboat, and he got a speedboat immediately when he found it. On a motorboat. Got a motorboat. Then he was on a raft for a while with 2 calypso musicians and 2 bushels of lemons. They were saying, "We put lemon in the tidy bowl for you. We put lemon in the tidy bowl." They put lemon in everything now. Lemon's the big ingredient for everything, right? Lemon's in everything except lemonade. You don't find much lemon in that. It's too busy in the furniture polish. What a great symbol of American business. They're putting lemons in everything now. They're admitting what they're up to, man. Rubadoo, rubadoo, rubadoo. Then I was thinking about the curse words and the swear words, the cuss words, and the words you can't say, you're not supposed to say all the time. Because people are into words. They want to hear your words. Some guys like to record your words and sell them back to you if you can. Listen in on your telephone. Write down what words you say. A guy used to be in Washington, knew that his phone was tapped, used to answer it. "Fuck Hoover." "Yes, go ahead." Okay. And I was thinking one night about the words you couldn't say on the public airwaves. The ones you definitely couldn't say, ever. Because I heard a lady say bitch one night on television, and it was cool, like she was talking about, and the bitch is the first one to notice that in the literature, Johnny, all right? All right. And bastard you can say, and hell and damn. So I had to figure out which ones you couldn't, and ever, and it came down to 7, but the list is open to amendment, and in fact has been changed by now. A lot of people pointed things out to me, and I noticed some myself. The original 7 words were shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, and tits. Those are the ones that'll curve your spine, grow hair on your hands, and maybe even bring us, God help us, peace without honor. What a burden. And now the first thing that we noticed was that the word fuck was really repeated in there because the word motherfucker is a compound word, and it's another form of the word fuck. If you want to be a purist, it can't be on the list of basic words. Also, cocksucker is a compound word, and neither half of that is really dirty. The half sucker, that's merely suggestive. And the word cock is a halfway dirty word, 50% dirty half the time, depending on what you mean by it. Remember when you first heard, in 6th grade, you used to giggle, "And the cock crowed 3 times. Hey, the cock 3 times, it's in the Bible, cock is in the Bible." And the first time you heard about a cockfight, remember? What? No, it ain't that. It's chickens, you know? Then you have the 4-letter words from the old Anglo-Saxon fame, shit and fuck. The word shit is an interesting kind of word in that the middle class has never really accepted it and approved it. They use it like crazy, but it's not really okay. It's still a rude, dirty, old kind of gushy word. They don't like that. But they say it like a lady now in the middle class home, you'll hear most of the time she says it as an expletive. You know, it's out of her mouth before she knows. She said, "Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit." If she drops something, "Oh, the shit like the broccoli, shit." Thank you. Shit. I won the Grammy, man, for the comedy album. Isn't that great? I really didn't think I would, man. Thank you. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you, man. That's sweet. That's sweet, man. Thank you. Thank you, man. Hey! Did I get shorter? Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you very much, man. Thank, you know, for that and for the Grammy, man, because that's based on people liking it, man. Yeah, that's okay, man. I just let that go, man. Got my Grammy, I can let my hair hang down, man. Shit. So, now the word shit is okay for the man. At work, he can say it like crazy, mostly figuratively. Get that shit out of here, will you? I don't want to see that shit anymore. I can't cut that shit, buddy. I've had that shit up to here. And I think you're full of shit myself, man. He don't know shit from Shinola. You know that? Always wondered how the Shinola people felt about that phrase, huh? Hi, I'm the new man from Shinola.
Hi, how are you? Nice to see you. How are you?
Oh, I don't know whether to shit or wind my watch. Guess I'll shit on my watch. Oh, this shit is gonna hit the fan. Built like a brick shit house. He's up Shit's Creek. He's at it. He is, but I'm sorry. Hot shit, holy shit, tough shit, eat shit, shit-eating grin. Oh.
Whoever thought of that was ill, really. He had a shit-eating grin.
He had a what?
Shit on a stick. Shit in a handbag, always like that. He ain't worth shit in a handbag. Shitty. He acted real shitty. You know what I mean? I got the money back, but a real shitty attitude.
Hey, he had a shit fit. Wow. Shit fit. Whew.
Glad I wasn't there. All the animals, bullshit, horse shit, cow shit, rat shit, bat shit. First time I heard bat shit, I really came apart. Guy in Oklahoma, Boggs, said it, man. Ah, bat shit! Bear reminded me of that last night. I'd gone past some snake shit and slicker and owl shit. Get your shit together. Shoulda get off the pot. I got a shitload full of them. I got a shit pot full, right? Shit head, shit heel, shit in your heart, shit for brains, shit face. Hey. Always try to think of how that could have originated. The first guy to say that, you know? Somebody got drunk and fell in some shit, you know? Hey, I'm shit face. Shit face tonight. Anyway, enough of that shit. The big one, the word fuck. That's the one that hangs them up the most. Because in a lot of cases, that's the very act that hangs them up the most. So it's natural that the word would have the same effect. It's a great word, fuck, nice word, easy word, cute word, kind of. Easy word to say, one syllable, short U. Fuck, boom, you know, it's easy. Starts with a nice soft sound, f. Ends with a k, right? Little something for everyone, fuck. Good word, kind of a proud word, too. Who are you? I am fuck. Fuck of the mountain. Tune in again next week to Fuck of the Mountain. It's an interesting word, too, because it's got a double kind of a life, personality, dual, you know, whatever the right phrase is. It leads a double life, the word fuck. First of all, it means sometimes, most of the time, fuck. What does it mean? It means to make love, right? We're going to make love, eh? We're going to fuck. Hey, we're going to fuck. We're going to make love. We're going to make love. We're going to fuck and make love, right? And it also means the beginning of life. It's the act that begins life. So there's the word hanging around with words like love and life. And yet, on the other hand, it's also a word that we really use to hurt each other with, man. It's a heavy, it's one that you save toward the end of the argument, right? So you finally can't make, fuck you, man, that's it, fuck, I don't want to hear you, fuck, stupid fuck. Fuck you and everybody that looks like you, man. But it'd be nice to change the movies that we already have and substitute the word fuck for the word kill, wherever we could. And some of those movie cliches would change a little bit. Mad fucker still on the loose.
Stop me before I fuck again.
Fuck the ump, fuck the ump, fuck the ump, fuck the ump, fuck the ump.
Easy on the clutch, Bill. You'll fuck that engine again.
The other shit one was, I don't give a shit. Like it's worth something, you know?
I don't give a shit.
Hey, well, I don't take no shit, you know what I mean? You know why I don't take no shit? Because I don't give a shit. If I give a shit, I would have to pack shit. But I don't pack no shit because I don't give a shit. You wouldn't ship me, would you?
That was a joke when you were a kid with the worm looking out the bird's ass.
You wouldn't ship me, would you?
It's an 8-year-old joke, but a good one. The additions to the list. I found 3 more words that had to be put on the list of words you could never say on television, and they were fart, turd, and twat. Those 3. Fart, we've talked about, it's harmless, it's like tits, it's a cutie word, no problem. Turd, you can't say, but who wants to, you know? The subject never comes up on the panel, so I don't worry about that one. Now, the word twat is an interesting word. Twat.
Hey, right in the twat.
Twat is an interesting word because it's the only one I know of, the only slang word applying to a part of the sexual anatomy that doesn't have another meaning to it. Like snatch, box, and pussy all have other meanings, man. Even in a Walt Disney movie, you can say, we're going to snatch that pussy and put him in a box and bring him on the airplane. Yes, indeed, it's true. Everybody loves it. But twat stands alone, man. As it should. And 2-way words. Ass is okay, providing you're riding into town on a religious feast day. You can't say up your ass. You can say stuff it, and there are certain things you can say. It's weird. You can just come so close. Before I cut, and I want to thank you for listening to my words, man, fellow space travelers. Thank you, man, for tonight. And thank you also.